Good morning, good afternoon, and a good evening to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. You are here with Morris, and in the last part, we just finished the tutorial against Dante. Of all people, probably won't be the last time we fight him. He's probably the toughest enemy in the whole game, and they give us him as a tutorial. But he wasn't even trying, you know? That's the great thing about that fight. He doesn't care. He's gonna win, eventually. Oh, they're not happy I ruined the statue. Hey, thanks for bringing me my sword, woman who can't lift the sword.
She yearns for your touch.
I'm sure that's not true. But interesting fact about these guys. The voice, the English voice actor for Nero, and the English voice actor for Kyrie, who's the woman there, are the same voice actors who play Ichigo and Inoue in the English dub of Bleach, which I thought was kind of cool. Not that I watched dubbed anime, but I don't know, I thought it was a nice coincidence. But yeah, apparently they worked on quite a few things together.
Fortuna Castle, huh?
That's what the witnesses said.
Here's my sword.
From hell. He's gotta hit up a couple tourist sites.
Complete with engine. That would be so fucking heavy if it had some kind of engine in it.
Trust me.
Look at the size of it anyway.
Please be careful. You still haven't recovered.
There's no time, and duty calls.
Ah, she's wearing it. Oh, nearly had a moment, but, you know, he's too cool. He can't afford to show emotion. Not right now. That's a bit of a weird cut. But there you go. I'm gonna have to do my best not to skip everything. Because I played this game a hell of a lot. And you get into that rhythm when you're playing it of just blasting through all the scenes just really quickly. Oh no, old Snake, he's dead. Oh god. Sorry, those hoods just remind me of old Snake so much.
Is this him?
I'm not sure.
Credo, take care of Kyrie. I got this.
We must evacuate the residents back to headquarters. Report back as soon as you can. And be careful.
I got it already.
Gideon, run! Go with the others!
Go! Get out of here! Not so fast. Sure can pack a punch.
You may have to get used to a lot of these cutscenes happening, where just fighting happens. I don't know, I think they're really well done though. Anyway, let's crack on with this, shall we? I'm gonna. I mean, the Devil May Cry games. Okay, so they're not like renowned for their storytelling, but I feel I should give everybody just a brief. Oh god, yeah, the tutorial's still on, isn't it? Should give everyone a kind of brief synopsis, I guess. But Nero here is a member of some holy order which worships the Dark Knight Sparta, who's Dante's pappy, let's say, and well, not let's say, he is, and he was kind of someone who saved the human world from all these demons. So they kind of worship him like a god and everything. And Nero is kind of a part of this holy order who kind of protect this world from demons, as he has been doing in the cutscenes and whatnot. And well, at this point, I guess nobody knows who's causing all these demons to come in, but it's sort of Nero's job to protect everyone and kind of find out, and obviously pursue Dante because they think Dante is somehow, involved in it. And that's pretty much it, as far as story goes. And there's more. There's nothing up there. There's more to it than that. But at the moment, we don't know any of that stuff. So we can just crack on. And this level is really... There's not too much to it. It's more just introducing the demons to you. Because all you've fought at this point is Dante. And he's rather unique as an enemy. So, it's, they've got it... I mean, these things are called scarecrows. And I actually I quite like their design. That Scarecrow is like the base name for the kind of, I don't know, I guess the cannon fodder of the Devil May Cry games. But I kind of like this design for them. They look really cool. But yeah, these are guys that you can just wail on, like, no problem. Really no problems here. But it's the combat that these games are really known for, and you can see the style meter coming up on the right hand side, and that's where you get your D, C, B, A, S, double S, and triple S rankings from. And that's kind of the big thing about this game is it's not just about fighting; it's about looking amazing while you're fighting. And there aren't many games that well, I don't think there are It is a game that does it as well as this. I guess one of the most recent examples, Platinum Studios do this kind of game, and those guys were, I guess the most recent example would be Metal Gear Rising, because it has a similar-ish system going on.
What the hell?
I mean, Metal Gear Rising certainly has a lot of style to it, and you get rankings at the end of battles and things. It's done a little differently to this. But this is the game, as far as I know, Devil May Cry is the game that started that whole thing of looking awesome while you're fighting. And then being judged on it harshly at times. Evil Legacy. Crystal holding the power of an ancient evil. It has the ability to awaken a new power within. So yeah, you find a lot of sort of key items. So can I turn the tutorial off now? Because I don't need that stuff. I don't need that stuff coming up at the moment. There's no extra bonus cool cutscenes anymore, so I just kind of wanna whack that off. Don't want that anymore. All right, let's get out of here. But yeah, there's a lot of I mean, you could be picking up anything, to be honest, but these items you find periodically throughout the game that just give you new abilities for your devil arm, your buster, let's call it. And yeah, the reason Nero has his arm in a sling at the beginning of the game is because this order don't trust demons. They think demons are evil. If he reveals that he has some kind of demonic style arm, then they'll probably think that he is also a demon and maybe somehow involved. So yeah, so what I just got there was the snatch ability, but yeah, which just allows me to grab enemies and kind of traverse certain areas. But you'll notice my health bar is huge. I also have that the blue circles underneath my health bar. That's my full devil trigger. You'll notice my sword is glowing completely red. That's because I can I've got the abilities to just max out the sword. I want to kind of explain the sword while we're in combat, really. While we're in like a decent combat situation, not just these nobodies. But it's kind of, well, no, I'll start talking about it now. I mean, it's kind of alluded to in the first few cutscenes, but the sword starts off just, you know, you've got your basic combos, and these are kind of slow and boring, but the most interesting, I think, combat mechanic in this whole game is if you press, it's a little bit like the Gunblade out of Final Fantasy VIII. I think that's the closest thing I can think of as a comparison. But when you, after you attack, whatever attack it is you're doing, I mean, they're all triangles, so, you know, there's no problem there. But after your attack, if you hit the L2 button, you'll see in the corner, oh, I got it perfect then, you'll see in the corner, though, the top left corner, I kind of have that kind of engine thing there. And it's got, I don't know if you can tell just by looking at it, but it's got 3 different charges to it. That's 1, charge it manually, that's 2, and then on the 3rd one, it glows completely red. And if you do that after every attack, your next attack is going to be more powerful and it's going to hit, you know, faster. And depending on how, you know, well charged your sword is, you can unlock some pretty special moves, it's got to be said. So the key really, although your circle button is how you use your buster attack, which is, you know, to grab enemies and throw enemies and do all that good stuff, like so, that's kind of a get out of jail free card, you know, that's kind of a win button almost. I think it's way more interesting to master using the actual, you know, revving up the sword properly. Because that's how you get your good combos going, you know. The game is, you know, it's something that it took a while for me to actually, I mean, I wouldn't say I'd mastered it, I would never be that vain, but certainly it took me a long time to at least get to grips with it. And the game is certainly doable without, you know, without bothering with it. You can complete the game quite easily without, you know, mastering that kind of, that ability. You know, you've got your buster, your moves are powerful enough anyway, and you unlock a lot more stuff that'll help you out. But yeah, it's a game changer, really. Once you start unlocking, you know, new moves and things. I mean, in a game like this, the harder you hit and the faster you hit, I mean, why would you not want that, you know? So these things are, I mean, this is all for new people. I imagine a lot of you guys watching, maybe you've already seen the streams, maybe you've already played it yourself, you'll probably know a lot of this stuff, but this is just to kind of, for people to sort of get to grips with what's going on. But yeah, you've got a form of currency in this game is red orbs, and you see in the top right there, I've got like 1.7 million, is that? It's because I've been playing quite a lot. But these things are kind of like just orb generators. Just whack them and get orbs. It's very basic stuff. But they're not all as obvious as that, and you gotta kind of go hunting for some of them. But I don't really need them at this point. There's also hidden orbs as well, indicated by your glowing arm, which is actually an ability you get later on, but yeah, that can unlock a few extra orbs. But yeah, I think this whole revving the sword thing, that's kind of why I like this game, I think a little bit. I think I like the combat in this one better than DMC, better than Devil May Cry 3, which I think is the better game overall. I still like the combat here better just because of that whole sword thing. It's a nice ability to master, you know? Hopefully one day I'll be able to... I mean, the timing on it is... I don't know, to me it doesn't feel that strict, but I guess that's because I've been playing for quite some time. But every single attack has a different timing to it. And we're talking about, you know, split-second differences, you know, between getting it and not getting it. And certainly a split-second between... It's called, I believe the ability is called Max Act, when you actually charge it in one swipe like that. That's if you just get the perfect timing on it. Yeah, that's what you get. But yeah, it's really... I mean, for anyone out there who's sort of... Oh god, I skipped the cutscene. Oh god, I'm sorry. Okay, well he just hits this, it doesn't work, and then he shoots it, and then it works. And then it lowers a bridge. I apologize. I'm getting too into this. I played it way too many times, I'm sorry. Luckily that wasn't one of the more awesome ones. I'll certainly not be skipping any of those. But yeah, it's, you know, for anyone out there who's kind of played this and kind of never really, you know, figured out what this whole revving the sword thing was about, I don't have too much advice for you other than just, it's really just one of those things that comes with practice. And I know that sounds super obvious and probably a really lame kind of answer, but just keep doing it, just keep practicing it. It can be really sort of, it's a really disheartening thing when you're constantly doing it and you're messing up the timing for it. But I guess an easy way to start out would be just learn how to do it for a few moves. Because I normally kind of, all my combos normally start off with just the regular, just hitting triangle. So if you can master it for just that move, and then you can lead into whatever you want. You know? I like this smoking style, I gotta say. This is good. I like the smoking 6 style, that's what we want. It's what we need. But yeah, I mean, there are moves in this game that, you know, I never get the timing for. You know what I mean? And so if you just learn it for like a few basic combos, or practice it for a few basic combos, then you'll start to get a feel for it a lot quicker than if you're constantly changing up. This game encourages you to kind of change up your attacks quite a lot, but I think if you focus on sort of 4 or 5 combos and just learn to string them together, like look at that, I missed it completely then, I didn't even hit the button properly. You know, just learn it for like the, you know, the aerial moves and just the basic sort of starting attacks. You're gonna find it much easier. So yeah, these things are, well, when you start out, your health bar isn't quite as large as that is. It's actually less than half of that, isn't it? It's it's really not that generous. It's not so bad at the beginning on normal, but on the harder difficulties, you need the full health bar definitely. But these things are, well, you attack them, you build up your style meter, and then inside them is it's called a blue orb fragment, which you collect 4 blue orb fragments, and you get a blue orb, which increases your max health, and you can buy other blue orbs to increase them as well. But yeah, you have to kind of, oh god, you got to collect all them to get the max health. Obviously, I've done that, so all that's left is red orbs inside them, just as a little bonus. You can also, there's also secret missions in this game. Which are just like, you know, little fun challenges, I guess, that you gotta do. And yeah, you get a blue orb fragment for those as well.
Let me guess. More demons.
Oh, you'd be right, Nero. What a guess that is. What great writing. Don't even care. Well, now you done pissed him off.
Fire's bad for the complexion. I burn easily. Never tan.
When I came to this world 2,000 years ago, there was no such human as the likes of you.
Want to make it another 2,000?
Futile best, you will suffer the wrath of Berial. I, the conqueror of the fire.
So yeah, this is the first proper boss, I guess. This is your typical like DMC4 boss, which is just huge monster demon guy. No, I like this one. And he is going to die very quickly, just so you know. I kind of don't want to kill him too quickly, because I want you to actually see the move. Like, I can just destroy, you can destroy this guy pretty quickly when you know what you're doing. But I don't want to do it too quickly. He can be kind of dangerous, but he's kind of predictable as well. As long as you can recognize what attacks are coming, then you're fine. But I guess that's true of any boss, right? Oh god, he's already dead. That's a shame. That's a real shame. You don't expect giant bosses like that to go down so easily.
Don't ask. Damn thing drives me crazy, though.
Just like he was.
And he would be...
I must restore my powers.
Back through the Hellgate you go. Smoking style, that's not a bad way to finish, I guess. Wow, this area looks a lot different when it's not on fire. Although I suppose you could say that about most areas in the world. Alrighty. So yeah, that's your first boss. He's not actually that hard. He's way more intimidating. I imagine a lot of people would remember that boss, even if you never got the game, because that was the boss that was included with the demo way back when we got, you know, proper demos with stuff in them. I remember fighting that guy a lot. I used to play a demo all the time before this game came out. So I have more experience with that boss than probably any other. But yeah, he's not so tough. Ass! It says ass on the screen. That's how you know you did really well. Alrighty, well, I am going to pause it for now, guys. But thank you very much for watching this episode of Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition. And I hope to see you all in the next part, guys. I'll see you in a bit. See you later.